What is going on, my friends? Bruce Lund, founder, director of the Solopreneur Movement, and very excited to bring you today's podcast talking about affirmations and gratitude. I want to give you not only the what, but the why and the how behind why this is so important for you as a small business owner, as a quote-unquote solopreneur. So let me start out and just remind you of why this podcast exists and what a solopreneur is. So this is a podcast for all you individual hustlers out there who are solely in charge of your business growth, including sales and your operations and your marketing, and of course your mindset, the most important part. And I believe we live in a very fascinating world today where we have more resources than ever before when it comes to growing a business, but it's also more complex and confusing than ever before, especially for you small business owners out there and salespeople. I also believe that most of us need to get back to the basics of our business and that a plan should be easy on paper. So that's our intention for you when we come to you every single week, is to give you practical how-tos to help you go out there and grow your business through this community of like-minded people who mastermind together, who train together. So if you haven't done so yet, please go to our Solopreneur Facebook page, our Solopreneur Movement Facebook page, and that's where you can actually get access to myself and all the other wonderful people out there as we continue to move this movement forward. So today, again, talking about gratitudes and affirmation. I have to be honest with you when it comes to this topic. I was very resistant last year at this time talking about gratitudes. I thought it was like this whole kumbaya movement, this feel-good movement, which really isn't exactly who I am. But I've since learned how important gratitudes are. And I've actually learned that it has to be a habit and it's a personality for you to go out there, mainly because of the power of the subconscious mind and the importance of building and protecting your confidence every single day. So we have to build in time in our schedule to do affirmations and to do daily gratitudes, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoons, or in the evenings before bed. So there's going to be 3 parts today. Number 1, what is the difference between gratitudes and affirmations? Part number 2, what is the science behind why these 2 different things work so well and why they're so important for you, especially as a solopreneur and a small business owner who has to really go out there and build, maintain, protect your confidence every single day. The third part then is I want to actually help you build in routines. I want to give you that practical how-to of things that I've done in my own personal life, but also things having studied and coached thousands of top producers all over the country, all over the world, what they do to build in the gratitude and the affirmations into their daily routines, all right? So let's first start out and define why gratitude is important. So let's start out with the definition of gratitude and affirmation. Gratitude is the quality of being thankful. It's really a readiness to show appreciation for what you have in life. It's also readiness to show appreciation for other people. So she expressed gratitude in somebody else to go out there that's given her something that she couldn't get on her own. So guys, I have different gratitudes that I repeat every single day in the morning. I spend 10 to 15 minutes and I write these on the mirror, all right, in my bathroom. So I stay at hotels a lot, so I travel with a dry erase marker, and so that way I can get rid of it. But here's what I write down. I'm not yet where I want to be, but thank goodness I'm not where I once was. So that's one affirmation, that's one gratitude that I write down. I write down another one. I get to versus I have to. This has been a big one for me because quite frankly, a lot of people see things as obligations rather than opportunities. So that's a big mindset shift for you, is when you start to see things as an opportunity. Every single day we get an opportunity. It's not a fact that we have to go do it, but it's that we get to go do it. So that's a big shift in mindset change for you when it comes to gratitude, being thankful for what you do have and being thankful to celebrate success and measure success from this is where I started and this is where I got to be. So I'm going to break down some more information on that later on in the podcast. And then talking about actual affirmations then. So affirmation really means it's an action or process of affirming something or being affirmed. All right. So for me, the affirmations that I write down, it's not a matter of if I make it, it's a matter of when I'm going to make it. So I'm a big believer in empowering ourselves And when you truly know that you're on the right seat, on the right bus, you're doing what you're meant to do, right? You see your work as a distribution channel for your God-given talents. When you see work as a distribution channel for you to go out there and impact more people. So these are my affirmations then. Once I'm on the right seat, on the right bus, that's an affirmation. I know I'm on the right seat, so therefore it's not a matter of if I'm going to make it, it's a matter of when I'm going to make it. For me in sales, this is a big one for me to overcome call reluctance, or when I'm struggling with different things or my mindset, or maybe I'm losing confidence. I'm one call, I'm one conversation, I'm one activity away from a major breakthrough happening in my life. That's an affirmation that I have every single day, right? I might just tell myself, hey, I am a successful person. I'm just as good, if not better than anybody out there at what I do. That's an affirmation. It's my duty then to fight to earn the business. It's my duty to get people to take action. So these are different sales affirmations that I tell myself every single day because, again, I'm solely in charge of my sales. I don't have a mega team yet. We're working on that, just like, hopefully you are when it comes to driving revenue, driving sales. The point of any business is to create a customer. And once we create enough incoming demand and services for our product, therefore we can go out there and outsource. But right now, most of you are solely in charge of your sales, which sales can be a roller coaster game. That's why gratitude and affirmations are so important in this process, okay? So what is the science then behind gratitude? Gratitude makes us happy. That's number one. Gratitude makes us healthier. That's number two. Gratitude makes people like us. That's number three. So there's a lot of science out there, just in preparation for today's podcast is, I just started reading all kinds of psychological articles. As a PhD, I'm a geek when it comes to studies and actual science and things like that, the quantitative side of it. And so there's a lot of studies out here. Here are the big three things. Number one, it does make you happy. But it can take several months to make yourself happy in this process. Why is that? Because cultivating gratitude is a skill set. It's an ability to self-generate feelings of gratitude on command. So if you just want to tell yourself right now, hey, I'm happy, that might not work. It's actually a learned skill set then. So gratitude is a personality trait. Some people have more gratitude based on their natural personalities than others. And again, like for me individually, I had a lot of negative scriptings in my life. There's a book by Gretchen Rubin called The Happiness Project, and this is a book that I read over a decade ago, but I really learned that a lot of my self-doubt or a lot of my negativity or I'm very impatient, it comes from our past scripting. And a lot of that, guys, we can't change, but we have to learn how to create the skill set and the personality there. So the first part of this is gratitude makes us happier, but we do have to consistently do it every single day. Gratitude can also make us healthier. So this is where, you might have to exercise more. You don't get as sick as often. You can sleep better. So gratitude can actually make us healthier because the science behind it, the studies behind it show that people who are healthier, they exercise more, they don't get sick as often, they sleep better. So people that consistently practice gratitude are actually healthier. The third component, and maybe for us the most important in sales, is people will like you more. There's all kinds of science out there about your social groups, your social identity. And when you practice gratitude and when you love on other people, when you reach out to other people and say, man, I appreciate you, I can't do it without you, I love you, you become more trusted. People see you as nicer, you're more sociable, you're more appreciative, you can go deeper in your relationships. So those are some different scientific evidence and facts about behind gratitude and why it's important. And then some other traits include, your career trajectory is going to be higher because you have better self-esteem. You have more trajectory as far as where you want to go. It strengthens emotional intelligence. The number one success indicator in this world is actually emotional intelligence and social intelligence. So when you practice gratitude on a daily basis, you bounce back quicker from adversity. When you get knocked down, it doesn't take you 5 days to recover from that. But it might only take you 1 or 2 days to get back on the saddle then and to be grateful. Because again, we're not yet where we want to be, but thank goodness we're not where we were. We focus on progress over perfection. All right? And then as far as the actual science behind writing down your vision board and your mental map, People that are more optimistic and practice gratitude daily, they're 15% more likely to be more optimistic. If they practice gratitude weekly, they're 5% more, the probability is 5% higher. All right, so these are just different scientific articles that are out there. All right, so I've given you the what and the why. Now I want to give you the how when it comes to how can you practice gratitude and how can you practice affirmations then when it comes to the daily disciplines for your business, not just your business, guys, your life. All right, so I schedule out 10 minutes in the morning, and it's actually built into my calendar. It's built into my morning routine, is where I want to spend 10 minutes. I want to love on myself and I want to love on other people. All right, so this is where, again, you could write it on the mirror. You can sit down after a workout. Sometimes I even do it during a workout, man. I just reach out to people and I thank them. I can't do it without you. I love you. I appreciate you. So I would recommend building in at least 10 to 15 minutes every single day to practice gratitude and to practice affirmation. This is where you can reach out to friends and family. You can reach out to your favorite business partners. You can spend time, again, self-loving yourself. What are you thankful for? What are you appreciative? Celebrate your success, right? And then schedule 30 minutes on weekends. So I carve out time on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings or even both sometimes where I just think bigger about my greater future. I give myself permission to think bigger. I might look at my marketing. I might look at the successes. I might celebrate other people's successes. I might reach out to people for testimonials, So these are different things that I do in my own business. Every single day I want to celebrate other people's successes. I want to celebrate our successes. And then every weekend, I want to give you permission to think bigger. Inspirational things happen in inspirational places. So maybe you go out and you go to one of your favorite places and just sit and think and reflect and journal. All right. So again, I'm not a big kumbaya person by nature, but I've learned that this is very vital for us in our long-term business growth and development. And then talk about how do you then celebrate success. This is one of my favorite topics. The largest gap in the world is the execution gap and the frustration gap. The frustration gap looks like this. This is where I am. This is where I want to be, right? And then inside of that gap is a space. That is a frustration gap. That's how most of us live. Most of us in sales and business are high Ds, we're high drivers. So this is where I want to be. This is where, this is where I am. This is where I want to be. And that's a gap right there, and that's where most people live. Guys, I've had to learn this one myself. Instead, this is how I measure my success. Actual 1 versus actual 2. Actual 1 is, this is where I started today. Actual 2 is, this is where I got to. Now I want to celebrate that gap. I want to celebrate that progress. So I'm a big believer in progress over perfection. Again, I'm not yet where I want to be, but thank goodness I'm not where I once was. It's not a matter of if I make it, it's a matter of when I'm going to make it. And then I want to celebrate my friends' successes too. So this is another conversation, for me as a former athlete. In order for me to win, somebody else does not have to lose. So that's another gratitude thought for myself. And think about that. When you see other people having success, is it your first thought to reach out to them and say, hey, congrats? Right? Congratulations on all the success that you've had. I'm so happy for you. Let's go out there and celebrate your success. Unfortunately, a lot of people actually, it's the opposite. They immediately compare themselves. Why am I not having more success? Or they might be angry because they're not having it quick enough, all right? So in order for you to win, somebody else does not have to lose. That's another way to celebrate success for all this kind of stuff. So again, I've given you the what, the why, and now the how. So in conclusion, I hope this has got you thinking a little bit differently about affirmations and about gratitude and how you're going to build it into your calendar, not only daily, but weekly. So daily can be the gratitude and the affirmations. You write it on the mirror, you reach out to people, you ping people, you text them, telling them how much you appreciate them, right? 10 to 15 minutes a day. On the weekends, I'm giving you permission to think bigger. Spend 15 to 30 minutes thinking bigger about your future and about where you're wanting to go and celebrating all the different things that went on this week. All right, measure at actual 1. This is where I am. This is where I got to actual 2. Okay, so in conclusion, success and happiness isn't a destination. So I mentioned Gretchen Rubin's book earlier, The Happiness Project. A lot of people buy into the arrival fallacy. This is the arrival fallacy. Success is a destination. If I can just have this, this, and this, then I'm going to be happy. Or if I just have this material thing, then I'll be happy. Guys, success and happiness isn't a destination. It starts today. It starts with you being grateful of what you do have versus what you don't have, right? It's being the mindset of again, like it's not a matter of if I have success, it's a matter of when I have success. The affirmation of I know I'm just as good, if not better than anybody else out there. Therefore, it's my duty to fight to earn business and to have more conversations and to overcome call reluctance or whatever that thing might be for you, all right? You can't make other people happy until you are truly happy. So that is why gratitude and affirmations are so important. And I'm going to have some different articles and studies down below in the show notes, so you can click on these different articles where I pulled a lot of this information from. So my final point, happiness has to come from, it has to be internal. It has to be internal. So enjoy the ride. Be thankful for what you do have. Be thankful for all the wonderful people who are in your life. You support them, they support you. And just take ownership then in all areas of your life. Gratitude and affirmation is a skill set. Some people naturally have it built into their personality. And some people like myself, I've had to learn it. I've had to get better at it. Am I perfect? No. Progress over perfection. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning into our Solopreneur Movement podcast. This is a movement. It's not about me. It's not about anything that I do. It's really just a way for us all, again, giving gratitude to pay it forward. So if you've enjoyed this podcast or if you want to, go to the Solopreneur Movement on Facebook and let's have more deeper dialogue in there. Let's have other people posting in there. Let's have a true community of like-minded people who are sharing ideas and masterminding together. So thank you guys so much. Until next week.